Introducing NLP, a potential emerging communication discipline. Does Neuro-Linguistic Programming have a place in the commercial setting? Neurology. It's about the mind and how we use our senses to understand the world. Linguistic, verbal and non-verbal language and how it can be used effectively. Programming. We use habits, patterns or sequences to achieve our objectives. NLP teaches us to recognise good patterns and change ones that aren't helpful for your goals. But what is NLP? NLP has been described as the study of excellence in others, so that we can replicate it. It is a way of understanding how you and others think and react to situations, so that you can influence situations to further your goals. So what does this have to do with the commercial setting? What does NLP have to do with the commercial setting? NLP was started in the 1970s by a linguist and a computer programmer studying therapists who consistently had excellent results with their patients. They wanted to see if the results could be replicated. NLP was born. Recent research with NLP suggests positive language and leadership skills are produced within health professionals, sports, education, management and leadership. So will it fit into the commercial setting? The pillars of NLP: outcomes, sensory acuity, behavioural flexibility, rapport. Outcomes: defining what you want or need, states of mind and perceptual positions. Sensory acuity: how you interpret the world, understanding how others see, feel or sense the world. Behavioural flexibility: framing or reframing, learning new habits. Rapport: building and maintaining empathic relationships, influencing people. Some of the skills that you learn from NLP: rapport, influencing, mirroring, outcomes, values, motivations. Language use: sensory understanding, improving relationships, flexibility, pattern ecology. Reprogramming, making and breaking of habits, state management, pacing, perceptual positions, accessing a resource or state, reframing, leading, communication, anchoring, and presuppositions. Perceptual positions: how someone views the situation, in part or whole, allows negotiation techniques to be altered accordingly. Anchoring: using established emotional anchors to influence outcomes within a team. Pacing and leading: how to use rapport, body language and vocals to change the direction and tone of a discussion. Presuppositions: use and recognise presuppositions in conversation to steer outcomes in a favourable direction. Reframing: the importance of context in a situation and being able to change it to something more agreeable. State management: learning and managing a perceived situational state to one that is more productive. As NLP is the study of excellence, then it is likely that you are already familiar with at least some of the terminology used in NLP teaching. Just like other training, it can take days to learn, but dedication and time to master into something worthwhile. So if it is already being taught, at least in parts, then is NLP worth the extra investment? What skills do industry leaders deem necessary? RICS has mandatory soft skills, CICES has general competencies, CIOB conducts a professional review. As industry leaders, it is unsurprising that there is overlap with expectations of excellence. Communication, negotiation, conflict avoidance, teamwork and leadership, equality, inclusion and diversity, health and safety, welfare and well-being. The list goes on. So how does this all link together? What are the possibilities? If you look at a breakdown of competences and critical skills versus some of the NLP skills that you could use: communication in the form of verbal and non-verbal, active listening, effective questions for understanding, persuade and influence, presentation. You could use building rapport, gaining influence, language use, which is the Milton model, using senses to understand the world, pacing, improving relationships. Teamwork and leadership, looking at communication strategies, environment building, motivation, adapting management styles. You could use perceptual positioning, rapport, influencing, language, presuppositions, improve relationships, state management, goals or outcomes, sensors, pattern ecology, anchoring. Is NLP an emerging communication discipline that will be useful in the commercial setting, or just a new fad? A balanced review. Positives. It's a study of excellence that promotes discovery and change. It amalgamates and potentially expands existing teaching. It encourages personal development, and positive research results in other fields of study. Negatives. Training is already available for some of these subjects. Time and cost of more training, some of which may be a repeat of prior training. There is little research on NLP within the commercial setting and its potential usefulness. This was only a very brief introduction to NLP with the intention of providing factual, unbiased information. The purpose of the research is to establish if NLP may be useful in the commercial setting, and your opinion will drive the direction of possible future research. Resources used. Thank you for the time that you've spent watching this. Please follow the link in the description to participate in the questionnaire.